Yeah, so I got back from Patagonia and spent like a lot of time thinking about what I'd actually achieved to get there and sort of run that race. And the same sort of theme stuck with me really. You know, how can I get better and get stronger and get further into the mountains and just try and open up, you know, visiting other countries and doing longer races. So yeah, I kept running. I got back, went to Swaziland and ran there, came back, ran the Snowdonia Marathon, which was probably, I reckon, harder than the Patagonia Marathon. I was knackered. And then yeah, just sort of started running further. Really just sort of pushing it a little bit, trying to maintain a bit of fitness. And then I kind of came across a website advertising the Snowdonia Ultra 100. Again, it was in January, must be something about it, and another crazy idea. And I've always needed the next thing, like all through my climbing, everything. It's like, okay, you've done that, what next? What? It's always got to be harder or something more challenging. So I looked at the website for 5 minutes without even asking or talking to Ellie. I just signed up, paid online, and that was it. And yeah, so once I'd signed up for it, I sort of spoke to a few people about it and just kind of laughed. A couple that said, do you actually realise what you signed up for? And I didn't really. So again, more research, checking it out, looking into just the race itself, and how to sort of train for something of that distance, like 102 miles or whatever. And yeah, it just became apparent that it was going to be really hard work. And I started looking at the terrain, and I downloaded like a couple of training schedules, and it was just really obvious from the outset they were just for flat runs, you know, stuff in the States, wooded areas, good trails, runnable stuff. And you know, it'd been a while since I'd been on a lot of the mountains in Wales, like bouldering. You don't tend to get that high, you don't go that remote, you know, not very often. I thought I need to relearn all of this terrain, you know. So it's probably about, I think it was worked out 30,000 feet of gain over 100 miles over 30 hours. And yeah, it just dawned on me that the scale of the run was just like huge. You know, you compare it to international runs, like, you know, really famous stuff like Leadville, Hard Rock, Ultra Trail, all of that stuff. It's just as hard. And the only reason it's not on the map is it's never been done before. It's the first time they've held the event, and it all kind of struck me, and I was thinking, shit, I've got to really try and get this sorted out. And it just became really consuming, really. No time for climbing, not a lot of time for anything else outside of work, kids, family, Ellie, everything. Just really had to focus on everything. Just getting a lot fitter and stronger. And it's been good, you know. I mean, the route itself is crazy. You think about it like that, it's horrible. So in my head instead, I've got it broken down into sections that are manageable, and you can just basically aim to get along these sections. So I've ran the whole thing in 3 now, which I think really helps. It helps living here because you can really get it worked out, and you can have your times. And you know when it's going to get hard. You know what the hardest section's going to be. The areas where it's going to get the most unpleasant, where you're just want to lie down and die, probably. Like the ascent, I think from Patagonia, when you go all the way up from there to the top of the Gludders, that is a push. And that's one of 3 sort of terrible bits. So yeah, basically I've just had to train to get strong enough to do all of that. Having only ever ran a couple of marathons, you know, through to getting ready for this, it's just been a really consuming, probably, you know, 8 or 9 months of my life has just gone by getting ready for it.